all love McDonald's.
Wow.
But what if I told you that they have the worst secrets? Not just any secret though. Scary secrets. These are the secrets McDonald doesn't want you to know. Some of us like clowns, while some of us don't. We all know that McDonald's had a clown, Ronald McDonald. But some people ask, why isn't he the clown anymore? This is why.
Did you know Ronald McDonald is no longer the mascot of McDonald's because of a chilling incident in 2010? This terrifying tale took place in Cuernavaca, Mexico. At a local McDonald's, a statue of Ronald McDonald sat on a bench, a popular spot for photos. Everything seemed normal until one night, when two gas station workers from across the street decided to take a break. One went to the bathroom while the other sat next to Ronald, saying, "I'm tired." To his horror, Ronald replied, "Me too."
Imagine just trying to rest and then this happens. I would probably get a heart attack.
The man, stunned and terrified, leapt from the bench and suffered a fatal heart attack.
Oh, well, I guess I predicted it. That is still so scary though.
Hearing the commotion, the second worker rushed out of the bathroom. He saw something so terrifying that he shared the story with everyone he could. However, days later, he fell into a coma and passed away.
That's very sus, but I guess it was 2010. I know that they had technology, but not as advanced and good as now. Still so crazy.
McDonald's allegedly erased the security footage from the gas station's cameras and quietly removed most of the Ronald statues. This eerie event might explain Ronald McDonald's near disappearance from the brand.
I got goosebumps. It also gets worse that they cleaned the cameras and removed all the Ronald McDonald. But it only happened in Mexico. So you might be safe if you're not in Mexico. But if you are, you better hope it doesn't happen to you. Or you might
be the next burger.
While talking about burgers, there is this scary burger story.
This is the creepy story about the burger spot. There was a boy named Mikey who loved this local burger spot near his house. Every day he would go and get a burger and enjoyed it a lot. There was something about it that he loved, and no other burger tasted like it. One day after school, he went to the burger spot, and to Mikey's surprise, it was closed. This was the first time he had ever seen it closed. He was very disappointed and began the walk home. Later that night, he was watching TV, and on the news, they said they caught a serial killer in the area and was selling burgers and using the remains of his victims in his meat.
That's wild. Why was he even eating burgers every day? Bro was in a competition with Nico Cotto Avocado, which is way scarier than the serial killer because if you didn't know, you can die from too much fast food.
When the news showed the burger spot, Mikey immediately puked. It was a burger spot that he went to every day.
I would get trauma.
And this whole time, Mikey had been eating the meat of dead people.
That's so scary. But you might ask, how is this connected to McDonald's? Rumors has it that McDonald's was behind it all. They were running out of money, so they started a second company, which didn't last pretty long because they all ended up in jail. While talking about food, here are worse stuff.
Here's the scariest things found in fast food meals. John Agnesini in 2008 found a 6-inch knife between his teeth after biting into his Subway. Lucky for him, he bit into the handle, and he also got a $20,000 settlement. In 2001, Angelina Cruz chewed on a Burger King breakfast sandwich and felt something pierce her cheek. It turned out to be a needle tip from a syringe, and she sued Burger King for $11 million. A woman in Virginia sued McDonald's for $100,000 after finding a chicken head in her nuggets. And in 2010, a woman from Texas bit into a Milky Way bar and found a tooth in her mouth that didn't belong to her.
Ew, I have no words. But let's move on to our last video.
A woman from Texas goes on a date with this man, but she definitely dodged the biggest bullet of her life. On April 2023, a 29-year-old man named Eric Aguirre took a woman on a date to a burger restaurant in Houston, Texas. Once they got to the restaurant, Eric parked his car on Lamar Street, and the couple were then approached by a 46-year-old man named Elliot Nix, who posed as a parking attendant asking for $40. Eric retrieved the cash from a nearby store and paid Elliot, only to be informed later by a waiter at the restaurant that Eric had been scammed by Elliot, who was a fake parking attendant. Furious, Eric excused himself from his date, retrieved his gun from his car, and shot Elliot, ultimately killing him. Eric returned to the restaurant and resumed his date as if nothing had happened. telling his date that everything was fine so they finished their meals. However, 2 days later, Eric's date contacted the authorities once the Houston police released photos of the couple on social media and further stated that she had no idea her date was the killer. So Eric was eventually arrested and his bond was set to $200,000.